Hi everyone, I hope you've enjoyed your school holidays. It's been nice not to have to do home learning for a while, hasn't it? What have you been up to in your bubbles? We would really like it if you could send us some photos or videos of what you've been up to in your bubbles and maybe share with us how God has been in your bubbles and in your life during the lockdown period. Anyway, today I have a question for you. Did you know that you carry an invisible bucket with you all of the time? Yep, that's right, an invisible bucket. What's in the bucket, you might ask? Well, let's say that the bucket is full of water. When the bucket is full of water, you feel good about yourself. You have good thoughts and you feel happy. But when the bucket is empty or when the water level in the bucket is low, you might feel a bit sad or grumpy or mad or even a bit lonely. How does the water in the bucket get filled up or emptied, you might ask? Well, that's an interesting question. Let's see.
You look beautiful today, Maymay. Thank you. Hello, Gojo. You're the best brother ever. Ow. You're so annoying. You don't share. You're so annoying, like all the time, 24/7. You don't share wherever you go. Yes.
As you can see from the video, when things don't go well, or when someone does something mean to you, it causes the water in your bucket to slosh out or spill out, or sometimes the mean person might even suck the water out or dip it out with a dipper. But when things go well, or when people are kind to you, then it's as though someone is pouring water into your bucket, and that helps your water level to fill up. I think we should all think every day of how we can fill up other people's buckets. What do buckets of water have to do with the Bible? Well, quite a lot, as it turns out. The Bible story that I want to share with you today comes from John chapter 4. There was once a woman who went every day to the town well with her empty bucket to collect water. Unlike other women who would go early in the morning when the weather was cooler, which would make it easier to carry home a heavy bucket of water, this woman would go only in the afternoon when the sun was hot. I wonder why she would go in the afternoon. Well, maybe it was because she didn't want to run into the other women at the well. Maybe these other women were mean to her and had nothing nice to say to her. Maybe these women would whisper mean stories about her and dip into her invisible bucket. Anyway, one day the woman arrived at the well in the afternoon and she found a man sitting there. But he was not just any man. He was a Jew and she was a Samaritan woman. And in those days, Jews and Samaritans just did not mix together. They did not get along. The man said to the woman, "Please, may you draw up some water from the well for me to drink?" The woman was shocked. She said, "Are you talking to me? You are a Jew and I am a Samaritan woman. How can you ask me for a drink?" And the man answered her. He said, "If you knew the gift of God and who it is that asks you for a drink, you would have asked him and he would have given you, living water." Living water? What a strange thing to say, she must have thought. The woman didn't realize that the man who was talking to her was Jesus and that Jesus was offering to fill her invisible bucket. Jesus pointed at the well and explained, "Everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again, but whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give them will become in them a spring of water welling up to eternal life." You see, Jesus knew the many ways in which this woman had tried to fill her invisible bucket. She had tried to fill her bucket in the wrong way, which is probably why the other women avoided her and said mean things about her. But no matter how hard she tried, she was still empty. And she was thirsty for a new kind of water, the kind Jesus promised her that he would fill, and he would fill her to the point of overflowing. Jesus is our ultimate bucket filler. Although we can be kind and others can be kind to us, no one else in our life is able to fill us, not in the way that we need to be filled. You see, we can't fill anyone else's bucket when our own bucket is empty, and we can't always expect others to keep our buckets filled. Even our mums and dads can fail to recognize our needs and disappoint us. But Jesus offers us living water, which will never disappoint us because he knows everything about us. He knows exactly where we are feeling the emptiest each day, and he has just what we need to fill our bucket. Not only will he fill us, but he'll give us enough to share. Because Jesus tells us, "If anyone is thirsty, let them come to me and drink. Whoever believes in me will have streams of living water flowing from within him." I pray that you will spend some time today with Jesus, filling your bucket. Then, please, go out and fill the buckets of others in your community.